So without further ado, let's get in it.
Joe Biden, man, I'm voting for Trump.
Fuck Joe Biden, yeah, I'm voting for Trump. Fuck Joe Biden, yeah, I'm voting for Trump. Voting for Trump, the whole hood's for Trump. Fuck Joe Biden, yeah, I'm voting for Trump. Blacks for Trump, Latinos for Trump. United we stand, and we standing with Trump.
Dear white people, will you take our vote? Why the Democrats always try to steal our hope?
I'd rather have a president with a mugshot than the president pedophile that we got. I'm sorry, Trump, I ain't vote for you last time. They was hating on you, spreading lies last time. It made me relate when they hit you with the Rico. Now the whole hood screaming free Trumpito. Trump, how you get indicted before anybody on Epstein's list? Jesus is my savior, Trump is my president. They're saying that you racist, but I don't see no evidence. Fuck Joe Biden, yeah, I'm voting for Trump. Fuck Joe Biden, yeah, I'm voting for Trump. Voting for Trump, the whole hood's for Trump. Fuck Joe Biden, yeah, I'm voting for Trump. Blacks for Trump, Latinos for Trump. United we stand, and we standing with Trump.
Dear white people, will you take our vote? Why the Democrats always try to steal our hope? They don't hit them with a Rico. They don't hit them with a Rico. We the Trump Latino.
So my Latino for Trump.
Still voting for you even if you innocent. You risked your life for the people, yeah. FJB, yeah, you used our race. You and your son got Ukraine paid. Two-step in the name of Trump. We gon' step for Uncle Trump. United we stand, with Trump we gon' ball. United we stand, with Biden we fall.
All my people need to wake up. The Democrat Party ain't doing nothing for us. They say Trump a racist, I don't see it. He free Kodak Weezy, he bout to free Young Thug. Mr. President, I'ma vote for you even if you in a jail cell. I guess I'm MAGA.
Oh shit. Oh man, I think that this was a huge mistake. They didn't understand. There's a lot of things, like I mean, we're gonna go back. We're gonna listen to a few sections, but I don't think that they understand the consequences of a lot of things that they're doing right now. I don't think that they understand that people are watching. Not everybody's asleep, and I don't think that they are playing chess in the sense that they understand what's going to happen 3 moves from now. I think they're playing checkers, and I think that they're like one move. They only understand one move at a time. That's what it seems. I mean, I don't know. I could be wrong. Although I say that, and they are definitely creating change and momentum that people are like, wait a minute, what's going on here? Like, we're seeing it as we go, you know. So anyway, let's go back to listen to the first part of that, and we'll pause and listen to a couple little sections.
Joe Biden, man, I'm voting for Trump.
Fuck Joe Biden, yeah, I'm voting for Trump. Fuck Joe Biden, yeah, I'm voting for Trump. Voting for Trump, the whole hood's for Trump. Fuck Joe Biden, yeah, I'm voting for Trump. Blacks for Trump, Latinos for Trump. United we stand, and we standing with Trump.
See? United we stand. That is in the name of the United States, and we seem to be, you know, not comprehending that anymore. That's like, oh, I think we're the divided states of America now. You know, like, let's not get along. Let's not work together. Let's let politicians that clearly don't have any interest in making life better for normal people. I'm just a normal guy. I ain't got shit going on. Nobody, I'm nobody. You know what I mean? None of what they're doing is good for me. So anybody in my position who's just a regular person, you know, normal, just making it, not super wealthy, yeah, they're not working for us. They don't give a shit about us. There's no benefit to representing us.
Dear white people, will you take our vote? Why the Democrats always try to steal our hope?
I'd rather have a president with a mugshot than the president pedophile that we got.
I mean, that speaks for itself. I completely agree. You know, I would rather vote for a president that has a mugshot than what I perceive to be someone that has family members that that their actions indicate that there's corruption in the family. Ashley Biden's diary has some weird stuff in it. Nothing necessarily criminal, but it's more information about what goes on behind closed doors, and it doesn't look good. You see the actions in public that make everybody uncomfortable when they watch the actions when he's around children or women. Some of the videos you see are like, what is going on here? This is so weird. I'm uncomfortable. I'm not even the one that's being sniffed. You know what I mean?
I'm sorry, Trump, I ain't vote for you last time. They was hating on you, spreading lies last time. It made me relate when they hit you with the Rico. Now the whole hood screaming free Trumpito. Trump,
That's the thing that they fucked up on, is they were getting everybody on board with the rumor mill and saying Trump's bad. But as soon as they throw charges at the man, now suddenly other Americans that have been screwed by the court systems, geez, they're like, wow, that's clearly he's not part of the circle, because ain't nobody else getting targeted. We only got one man. Apparently there's only one corrupt person worthy of charging in the whole government, you know? And I mean, that's totally legit, 100%. Everybody believes that. Clearly just one guy who's not even in the government currently. That's the problem with the government. Good job. We're prosecuting the right guy. I mean, I don't even know.
you get indicted before anybody on Epstein's list.
I mean, hello, the Epstein client list still runs the world, baby. Ain't no charges. No charges. Ghislaine, she, I think she's in jail. I think she's, I don't know, whatever. I mean, we were supposed to get information out of that. There's been discovery. No further information that I'm aware of has really come out in a meaningful way. It's just being completely ignored. Let's all move on as a country. You know, another dark chapter, embarrassing history. Best to not look at it. Best to just move on. That's the new American way, is just to forget. Just to forget. Tear statues down, burn books, get rid of information that's inconvenient. And that's how they operate in communist countries, because they don't have three separate branches of government that are supposed to be checks and balances. It's all one big government, and they take all the money, and they own all the businesses, and they own the court systems. So when you're in political positions of power, you don't need to run against people who will beat you, because you can just prosecute them and put them in jail and make them disappear.
Jesus is my savior, Trump is my president. Saying that you racist.
They hate God too, so this song is gonna trigger a lot of people, and I think it's gonna blow up based on what's going on YouTube, on iTunes. I think this song might resonate with people. I mean, I'm sure there's a lot of people that are gonna hate it too, but you know, this aligns with like what a lot of people are thinking, and like, where are we headed? What is the destination here? I mean, we were fine here, but where we're pointed and how fast we're going toward targets that are very questionable. Some of the things that are going on in the realm of children, in the schools, in the public spaces where normally adult things happen in adult realms, the adult things are being brought out into the realm of children. And if it's just about adults expressing themselves and being free, then keep it in the adult spaces where it belongs. But if the goal of it is to change the culture and how we view our children in this country, it's looking pretty evil, you know. And there's a lot of people that are going to say conspiracy. But you know what? The other thing that started happening is they're using conspiracy, and it's starting to clearly be used when you're onto something. Because in today's world, nobody gives a shit. You can tell 1,000 lies, and no one will care. The lies can go everywhere. They can be broadcast out. They can be on social media platforms as long as they're lies. But the things that they tell you that are lies that actually have a basis in truth, that's when you'll hear conspiracy theory, or that's what I've started to notice. And that's what we've started to see with people like Alex Jones saying crazy things, conspiracy theory, and then so much of it has been proven right that conspiracy theory is now the indication that you're digging in the right spot. You're getting close. You're getting warmer. Keep digging. Keep going. Keep talking about it. If you're being called a conspiracy theorist, most likely there's some validity to what you're saying, because that is what the machine is attacking, is inconvenient truth that is coming out and informing people who they do not want to be informed. They want people to be uninformed. They want people to be ignorant and in the dark. So, conspiracy theory. That's X marks the spot.
But I don't see no evidence. Fuck Joe Biden, yeah, I'm voting.
See, so he just said, they say you're racist. I'll just rewind it. Let's go back.
That you racist, but I don't see no evidence. Fuck Joe Biden, yeah, I'm voting.
People are waking up. Show me the evidence. Leave it in the comments. If you don't like this video, if you don't like it, what it stands for or what I'm saying, then show me the evidence. Because the evidence is to the contrary. Trump has helped out black people. He let a black woman stay in Trump Tower for free when she was having trouble. He employs black people as part of his business. He is not a racist man. He's a businessman, and as far as I can tell, he's doing good shit for everybody in America. He's not focused on one group, whereas others seem to be focused on one group. So I think that that's more racist to try to single out, divide us up by race. What do they want to do to keep the wars going is keep the gender war going, divide the sexes, keep the race war going. Focus on how many races there are and keep them compartmentalized so that they don't talk to each other, because we're all human beings, right? And then on top of that, you're adding a third filter of now sexual orientation. And now there's more than a handful of orientations. Now there's 52 genders and how many sexual orientations now? So now you've got everybody divided up into these little tribes, and you're starting to see a return to tribalism instead of nationalism. You're getting tribal behavior in the United States, so you're turning it back into all these divided tribes, and the goal at one point was to consolidate these tribes and stop the wars from happening between them, get everybody to live together in harmony, and they're literally breaking that system that we carefully made. They're unmaking it and going back to the way things were prior to the advancements in culture and society that we made by going down this road. And I think that they're trying to murder nationalism to push globalism. They want to make this a failed experiment and say, see, we told you this was never going to work, when it was intention on their part that destroyed it, not the way that the system works. It's been 247 years. It works. Corruption and death from within, like what happened to Rome and many other great nations. I mean, USSR imploded as well. Okay? Most nations implode. They don't get conquered anymore. Most just blow themselves up, either financially or culture-wise. They either get bankrupt monetarily or bankrupt in the culture sector. We're choosing to do both. Just print money and bankrupt the culture. Brilliant. Because it's a two-pronged approach. That way, if one of them fails, the other succeeds. They're not stupid. I mean, sadly, they're not stupid.
Trump. Fuck Joe Biden, yeah, I'm voting for Trump. Voted for Trump, the whole hood's for Trump. Fuck Joe Biden, yeah, I'm voting for Trump. Blacks for Trump, Latinos for Trump. United we stand, and we standing with Trump.
Dear white people, will you take our vote? Why the Democrats always try to steal our hope? They don't hit them with a RICO. They don't hit them with a RICO. We the Trump Latino.
So more Latinos for Trump.
Still voting for you even if you innocent. Risk your life for the people.
I'm on board. Latinos for Trump, blacks for Trump, member of the white delegation here. I'm for Trump. I don't care if he's in a jail cell. I will vote for Trump. As long as this continues, as long as he's the only one being persecuted and they're still pushing this and trying to remove him from the playing field, I was considering, I mean, I like what RFK is saying. I want to hear more of what Vivek is saying. But if this is if they're going to do this blatantly, then this is what needs to be pushed back against directly. It's no longer just a regular presidential election. This is about, is the justice system captured like the rest of the government by corporate money, and is that corporate money running them all like a puppet to work in unison and all affect the same outcome, which is to get the guy who's not part of the system, who hasn't worked his way up and hasn't been compromised on the way up. So the way it normally works is you get into politics at a low level and you get compromised and vetted on the way up. And if you push back, or you're not controllable, or you're an asshole, you get pushed down. Just like promotions. You're not going to get promoted unless you're a team player. Unless you're willing to, hey, are you going to do stuff for the greater good? Or are you going to be selfish and fight for freedom? Because freedom doesn't align with political control over these idiots in America. We need to be on the same page, because they know not what they do. They're just stupid. We want to oppress them for their safety. We want to take their rights to protect them. But as long as they're free, it's just so messy. It's so difficult to get anything that we want done. So this needs to happen. And if you're on board, we can put you up in the big seat. But if you're not, then you ain't getting up there. So they've been gatekeeping these positions. And then also, like, people are so old by the time they're allowed to get in these positions. Imagine being groomed and ready to go. Because one of these, somebody else would have won if it wasn't Trump that won. So he took that from someone. So they're pissed, and the guy behind that guy is pissed because now he's bumped. Everybody's bumped a row back when he walks to the front of the line. So everybody that got cut in the U.S. government, when Trump line cut, we've been waiting our whole career. I'm going to be president. Well, guess what? You're not. And that pissed a lot of people off too.
Yeah, FJB, yeah, you used our race. You and your son got Ukraine paid. Two-step in the name of Trump. We gon' step for Uncle Trump. United we stand, with Trump we gon' ball. United we stand, with Biden we fall.
All my people need to wake up. The Democrat Party ain't doing nothing for us. They say Trump a racist, I don't see it. He free Kodak Weezy. He bout to free Young Thug. Mr. President, I'ma vote for you even if you in a jail cell. I guess I'm MAGA. I guess I'm MAGA. I guess I'm MAGA.
Listen, let me be clear. I ain't got a red hat. I'm not MAGA. But just like what he just said, I think I'm MAGA now. They made me MAGA.